When we first started, everybody's all pumped up, jacked up, and now everybody's like, oh, I'm ready to go home to bed. So imagine how this guy feels after field.
I'm ready to go for 2 days.
There you go. Feels after 72 hours of doing this.
So now that my toes are warm, I'm ready to go back.
Any like really good experiences tonight?
I'm like
Not one person.
Thank you.
So what happened? Whoever raised their hand back there. Yes.
Full body apparition we were walking, like following on the second floor.
On the second floor?
Yeah, the whole time. After a scream. It was the most bizarre thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. Go and explain it, Shane, for the teams that didn't see it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we. Do what?
No,
very cool. So, yeah, on the
Shane, very cool. Anyway. Sorry, he's so rude, sir.
about the experience.
All right, so go ahead, Shane. You saw a ghost.
Yes. Okay. So, it's somebody walking, like, kind of trailing back on our group, and I was like, I just felt drawn to where I needed to keep an eye out on whoever this was. Walking towards us, and as soon as I mentioned something, you don't see the profile of them turning around. Y'all saw it, right? Mm-hmm. It's going forward, next thing you know is walking backwards, you can see the back of the head. It's like it didn't even turn around. It's just like it did an about face, but you couldn't see it. Walking and then turns to the right. We have two guys over here that chase after it, follow it, they can still see him, follow him to the atrium, the little chapel area. He turns around and goes in there. They walk, they don't see him at all. They look everywhere, scour everywhere. There was nobody there.
Yeah, we were right behind it.
One of the coolest, one of the clearest that I've seen ever.
And you can't hear footsteps?
You couldn't hear footsteps,
anything.
nothing. And
Nothing.
even his movement was kind of sporadic, it was kind of off. It was almost like frequency type, looking like kind of like jagged.
He
Yeah.
asked me like 5 times if it was real, and I'm like such a skeptic, and I kept looking back and I'm like, hello, yes, that's a thing. All right, anyways,
Yeah.
like, yes, it's real.
Right.
And then it just,
Right before you see him in the middle of the hall though, we're walking down the hallway and I see him standing out in the atrium like he's part of our group and he's looking out. Then as we're walking down the hallway, he's like in the middle of the hallway. I'm like, he is not part of our group.
It was, it made you want to pay attention. There was something not right about it. And one of the clearest I have ever seen. It was so cool. It made the entire night.
And then right before that, we had
somebody yell.
Yeah, you hear us.
Yeah, there was a yell right before that.
Loud scream on your EVP.
Oh yeah, so check this out.
We heard the scream.
You guys heard a scream, a loud scream?
Yeah.
We're doing an EVP session, and Lee puts the boob buddy boob. Puts that teddy bear with the light up
It's the
tummy
boo
up
buddy,
there.
but he calls me Buddy Boo.
The boo buddy. And I go, and as I stand next to it and put my recorder down, it says, "Do you want to play a game?" And I go, "I sure do." And then we get this. And then it says, "Get out of here" at the end. Did you hear it? So I got the fuck out of there. I felt like I had to respect the ghosts, and my feet were cold. So.
What's it, fuck Dave?
Yeah, a couple of them kept saying "fuck Dave," so I don't know what Dave it was talking to, but if you meet that guy, let him know the ghosts do not like him in Waverly. Yeah, we had footsteps. Yeah, it sounded like somebody with like
high heels, yeah.
Like high heels, wooden boots clicking down the hall as we're doing an EVP session, something right through our group. So we had some cool stuff. Then Val, let's see if we can play this for you. Val's standing there, and I go, why don't you ask a couple questions? And we did a first EVP session, we're getting a little something, and I said, what's her name? No response. So she asks, do you know my name?
Hi. I'm back on the floor. Did you miss me?
She goes, hi, I'm back on the floor. Did you miss me? No. Listen,
Hi. I'm back on the floor. Did you miss me? Down by left. There's the shadow that moved in the dinette. Did you enjoy hanging out with me so much?
yes, I did. I asked, do you know her name? No response. Can you say her name? No response. So here's the next set of EVPs.
Can you tell me my name?
Val. So we're getting some good responses tonight. We got a lot of, yeah, Val, well played. You were either really good at thought projecting your name onto my recorder. Is that your number right afterwards? 86753? So how many people, when they were with my group, got some cool EVP? We all got to hear that, yeah? Yeah, we got some wicked EVP tonight, so that was cool.
That last group, we saw the Buddy Boo Buddy, rocking back and forth. Who all was up there for that? Like it was actually, I mean, it was like moving back and forth. You saw it too? I thought that was, it had moved a couple of times tonight. I think the first group.
Oh yeah, then we
arm moved up.
He had set it down in the hall, and then when we turned the light back on, its arm is up.
It was cool.
Also, Blue Buddy was projecting down the hallway, Blue Buddy was not.
Oh yeah? What do you mean, Boo? He was projecting?
So he was on one side of the hallway, you could hear him all the way on the other side by minor OR.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty far off.
Yeah.
So,
Very cool. Awesome.
what about you guys?
Our group, actually, we took them to the other side. Like, they're gone.
You're just saying that so you can get out of here. It's like, nothing happened, guys. See
Who
y'all
was with
later.
us when they saw that shadow figure standing at the end of the hall? Did you remember?
Yeah.
So we're standing there. We had a similar experience where we're seeing this figure and it was moving back and forth. And then we were down there with a group and the whole body shoot just shook.
Yeah, like the
It was crazy. Yeah, I've never felt that before.
People heard whistling, right? I remember who heard the whistling. And then
There was a lot of
somebody else heard
bang sound.
whistling on the other side, so then we went to look toward, where was it? Coming out of the body
Yeah,
chute.
coming out of the body shoot, yeah.
And that's when we saw something moving back and forth across the floor.
It was cool. So we had a bunch of voices coming through the geoport. Obviously, a lot of the groups heard that. One specific one I was asking, can you say somebody in the group? Remember, I've done that before.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had Mark come through. Obviously, when Mark left, the last group that came back, I asked, do you want to say anything to this people? And it just kept saying, Mark.
Tell him I said hi.
Tell him I said hi. So I don't know where Mark is, but passing on the word. We had a bunch of.
Dude, wait, just, I know this is gonna sound weird. Do you remember which group that was? Was it first, second, third group?
Third group, right?
Yeah.
We were the last one, and we heard, we were the second one. We were the last group.
Yeah, who was it I walked up to and it was actually a Mark.
Mark, and he had
That
the
was
sun
third
one.
group.
Oh, there you
Oh,
are.
there you are, yeah.
That is Mark, right? Yeah, so when you left, the last group, right, we were having Mark come in too. So that was
He
weird.
said, say hi.
Yeah.
So hi.
What about the name David Parker? Does anybody have that, we've got, you were with us when we got it, but has anybody heard of that name around here? Nothing. I asked a few of you guys up there. In the room where the gentleman was supposedly, I guess, murdered,
Where he was staying.
where he was staying, the homeless guy. I mean, it was a very, very clear first, last name, David Parker, so I don't know.
Yeah, he kept running down the hallway, guess what?
Yeah, it's a very clear.
Now, I do
Names.
think though, throughout the night, and I'm not trying to be facetious, he kept saying, fuck Dave. So I'm thinking that this EVP he's got says, David's a fucker. Play it for him, play it. That's what I think it's like, oh, that David's a fucker.
And you're like, no. And then you come back and you're like,
Like I
oh.
said, it was a part of me saying it to him.
Yeah, see, it didn't sound like that. Listen. Yeah, Dave's a fucker. Some of the ghosts of Waverly Hills.
Yeah, I heard that.
It's saying Dave's a fucker. I don't know what I did. All I came was with love and compassion.
Maybe that's all.
That's wild.
Yeah, sure did. Dave's a fucker. And the funny thing is, it's like I'm one of the nicest ghost hunters. I'm always like, show respect, show love. Dave's a fucker.
I don't think you're gonna buy your book.
No.
Did it have a southern accent a little bit too?
I was thinking, yeah. it was
Shane.
Maybe it was
Shane was telegraphing.
He was like, "Look, everybody."
I can't help these ghosts are on it.
Oh, man.
All right.
What'd you guys think?
Awesome.
Yeah?
You want to come back? We do it again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who had an experience tonight? Who did not? Only a couple of you? You guys are kind of the bad apples in this pair. Sure, you're gonna have to find somebody much more open. Yeah, he's like, okay.
It's like the exact opposite. He's the one that's not open. I'm the one that's open.
And you had an experience tonight?
He saw a few things.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Very cool, excellent. How many people saw or had their first experience with the supernatural tonight?
Mason, what'd you have happen?
It said my number a couple times, 70.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody else brings their name too.
Who else had their first experience with the paranormal? Okay.
While we were down in the tunnel, we were just taking a picture before we left because it was our first time here and it'd be something cool to have. And it had a set of eyes off to the side.
It's a cool picture.
But it was real cool.
Eyes without a face. Very cool. Anybody get touched tonight by a ghost? And what do you mean possibly?
Well, it was either
You either got touched or you, there is do or do not. There is no try. You were either touched by a ghost or not. What was it?
So there was no grabbing, but there was possible, brush up or whatever.
All right. How many people heard out loud a voice? How many people saw something? That's awesome. Congratulations. That's going to cost an extra $29.99. Credit card.
We did see we saw the, looked like a guy standing down, kind of leaning over.
Yeah.
That was kind of and we'd hit the flashlight, nothing, take it off, and then there he was. And that's where you got, what did it say? I can't remember.
I love Dave Schrader. I think
No, it said nothing about, that may be quite the opposite. But it's like, look, they're down there.
Yeah.
Or something, it was very clear. It was a good one, so.
Yeah, what we saw, that's probably one of the best I've
I
seen.
think so, yeah. That's
Yeah.
Did anybody have their camera going?
No, there's so we honestly thought
Never.
it was somebody in our group.
I did it
Remember?
like 5 times.
Yeah.
I'm like, stop.
It was freaking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. When you get home, look at your audio, your video. You never know what you captured.
Yep.
Send it to us. Lee loves going through all the footage and
Yeah,
audio.
Nick Groff
that we
Tour,
get.
nickgrofftour.com.
Yep.
Or
info.
at Nick Groff Tour. Or social medias.
Yep. So just whatever you get, just send it on in, post it, tag us. Glad you guys had a good time. It's crazy how many people. I've never been on a tour like this where that many people actually had visual experiences.
Yeah.
I think this was probably one of the most active tours that we've done.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. And it's
So-
cool because you never know what you're gonna get. Definitely come back. Even if we don't come back, tour again, keep coming back because the next experience could be even better than the last and so on. So every time I go to a new location, it's something different. But I love doing it with all of you because we share experiences.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
And just on, kind of touching base on that, allowing us to do this again, I mentioned his name earlier, but Mr. Ken Daniels here was one of the ones that were very, very, very important on getting us to come here tonight. So,
guys have a good time?
Yes.
We appreciate you supporting us. These are fundraisers for us. I'm Vice President of the Waverly Hills Historical Society. We want to thank Nick, Tessa, Shane, Dave, Creepy People Management, which is this great gentleman here and his wife, Lee, and Jennifer, and Jeff Waldridge for coming out here and making this happen. And please come back, support, and let's have them back again. Let's do this again. Okay? Thank you, guys. Appreciate our team, too.
Volunteers are great tonight.
Thank you, guys.
Guys, we're going to wrap up, so we thank you all. Again, social medias or info at nickgrofftour.com. We will be announcing some new events coming up within the next few weeks, hopefully, for 2022. I think Dave and Shane, you're all going to do Palmer House, you said, in Minnesota?
Yeah.
You want to plug that?
Shane and I are going to be doing an event at the Palmer House in Sauk Center, Minnesota in January. So if you're up for a cool little trip into one of the most haunted spots in Minnesota and you want to come hang out with Shane, Bill Chappell, and myself, and Jamie Hauk, we're going to be doing an investigation. So tomorrow, I think it'll be up on our website at darknessevents.com.
There's heat there, right? January, Minnesota?
Yeah, there's heat inside the building.
I thought it was cold here.
Cryptid Con is next weekend if y'all want to come. CryptidCon.com.
All right. Guys, thank you all so much. We really appreciate it. Keep your eyes up for new tours coming up soon.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you all.
Thank you.